Being an airline credit card holder, to be or not to be? That is the question. Look, this topic, it's like politics. You're either all in and extremely passionate about having or not having airline credit cards, or you could care less. Now, you shouldn't believe everything you see or hear on the internet, but hopefully I can provide some honest, credible feedback with value for you today. Now, if you don't know, my name is Bo, and I focus on strategies and tactics both for individuals and for families, all about credit cards and travel redemptions, maximizing your top spending categories, and different point stacking strategies. So if that's of interest to you, hang out for a bit. Now I'm going to help clear the air today, and I'm going to fly through credit cards based on some different classifications. This is all about the bang for the buck, the value that they bring you, the status, the different perks that they grant you. And I'm going to do this based on economy, premium economy, and business class cards and how I rank them. And I'm going to focus on personal cards today, but I do have some business airline credit cards in my wallet, so comment down below if you have any questions. Airline credit cards are co-branded with a bank like American Express or Citi and an airline like Delta or American Airlines. And all major US airlines offer different loyalty programs. And traditionally, the more you fly, the more status you're granted. But that shifted pretty dramatically the last few years. Now it's all about how much money you spend with the airline, and more importantly, how much money you spend on their credit cards. Now, for some context here, American Airlines reported over $5 billion in revenue last year alone based on their co-branded credit cards and a few other partnerships. And as someone that's held status in years past with Southwest, United, Delta, and American, I can tell you that there's pros and cons to going all in with a specific airline and the status. A few cons being the point devaluations that can occur and have recently, where your points or miles are worth less with that airline, and being locked into a specific airline in their alliance, like American Airlines and the One World Alliance. That being said, I still firmly believe that it's worth holding one or multiple airline cards. Hopefully this video will help you make that determination as well.
Would like to begin pre-boarding with our first class passengers. First class passengers only, please. Next, our business class passengers may now board. Any priests, nuns, rabbis, imams.
What? Why do they get special treatment?
Funny as that video is, it hits too close to home. And unless you have one of these cards that I'm going to talk about, or you fly a gazillion times a year, you're going to be that guy. Hell, even with some of these cards that I'm going to talk about, you're still going to feel like that guy. So, 3 different classifications of cards. First, economy class. This is going to give you just a little taste of what the airline and that loyalty program is all about.
Patience. Perhaps play a little game called Just a Tip. Just for a second.
Low to no annual fee and just a few perks, maybe some slightly elevated earning potential, but that's about it. Next, premium economy. A little bit more in terms of perks, things like free check bags, possibly a few different credits and benefits, usually cards that are in that $100 to $300 range. And last, business class cards. Now this is where more of the luxury perks come in. More travel protections and benefits, a higher annual fee, but additional things like even airport lounge access. Now I'm going to do this by airline and by class, and just about all these cards that I talk about come with things like in-flight discounts of 20 to 25%. So first up, Southwest.
Mostly. Some of it's on you.
Hey man, let's keep it real. You bought the ticket.
Again, you bought a Southwest ticket. You obviously don't respect yourself, so why should we?
Such a great SNL skit, and a little bit of truth to that. Now, Southwest doesn't have any business class cards, and go figure, they don't have any business class on their planes. But they do have ways to stack some of their cards on the personal and business side together, where you can hit Companion Pass just by having these 2 cards. Since with Southwest, the welcome offer points that you get do apply towards Companion Pass status. If you're unfamiliar with the Southwest Companion Pass, it's a BOGO certificate that you get for any flights either paid with cash or with points for the year that you hit that status and the following year. Now, the Plus and the Premier are both economy level cards, the Premier being more of the gateway to the premium economy card. All 3 of these cards come with an anniversary mile bonus, and with the valuation of Southwest points being somewhere just shy of 1.5 cents per point, you can see that equates to about $43 in value for the Plus, double that for the Premier, and then about $108 in value for the Priority. 2 early bird check-ins for the Plus and the Priority, about $40 in value for each of those cards, and with the Premier, You get 4 upgrades to A1 to A15 boarding. We'll see how that shakes out into 2025 when Southwest changes their boarding process. But right now, you can put a valuation of that somewhere roughly $200 or a little bit more. With the priority, you also get 10,000 Companion Pass points each year as a Companion Pass boost towards that status for the following year. And you get a $75 travel credit good towards Southwest flights with that priority card. So if you're able to take advantage of these early bird check-ins or the boarding priority upgrades, plus the anniversary miles, you're going to get positive value with any of these Southwest cards. Next up, everybody's favorite, American Airlines.
Trapped everyone for himself.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wait.
There's so many videos I could have put here. Chaos just seemed the most appropriate, even though I fly with American Airlines most of the time. Now with American, there's also cards from Barclays, like the Aviator Red that you probably hear on just about any American Airlines flight, but I'm going to focus on the cards from Citi today. Starting with the Mile Up card from Citi, no annual fee and just about no benefits. 2 cards primarily to focus on here. The first one being the Citi American Airlines Platinum card. This is a borderline economy card, even though I have it listed as a premium economy card. Not much in terms of benefits, especially when we compare it to United's Explorer card, which I'll get to here in just a minute. $99 annual fee after the first year, Group 5 boarding, and a free check bag for you and everybody in your party. The $125 flight credit really isn't even worth talking about. It's after $20K in spend. My advice would be to put that $20K in spend towards a different welcome offer or 2 or 3. Now for the American Airlines Executive card from Citi. This is the definition of a luxury airline card. Quite a few features and benefits. This really feels more like an Amex card as I read off a few of these benefits to you. So $595 annual fee, pretty hefty, but you get more of a priority experience here, from priority check-in lines to Group 4 boarding, which is the same as gold status with American. A TSA pre-check or global entry credit. My advice, get the global entry since it comes with TSA pre, and then some different use it or lose it credits. $120 from Grubhub in the form of $10 per month. A really weird $120 from Lyft. You have to take 3 rides first before you get this $10 credit, and then a $120 Avis or budget credit that can be used at 1 or multiple times. And then a big hook with this card is Admirals Club access. Look, say what you will about Admirals Clubs. Some of them are okay, especially if you're traveling with your family. I've taken my wife and my 2 kids in with me, especially when you compare that to the American Express Platinum, which only gets the primary card holder and do Centurion lounges. This card gets the primary card holder plus 2 guests, or the primary card holder and immediate family. I can speak from experience with this card. Citi does often have these different elevated earning multipliers, like where you earn 5x for online spending over the course of, say, 90 days, where you get 5x on up to $500 in spend. They also did a mileage boost on the card where you spend $1,000 on the card in a month, you get 1,000 bonus miles from American Airlines, and they did that over the course of like June, July, and August. I've gone into a lot more detail on how you can point stack with American Airlines ecosystem since I am extremely familiar with this. Check out my other videos if you want to see that in more detail. And last, I do have referral links to these Citi American Airlines cards down below in the description. Holler at me if you have any questions on these cards specifically, since I do have a lot of familiarity. Now, all these cards have different welcome offers, and these offers change pretty much all the time. I'm going to put all the different welcome offers on the screen here. Based on the Semper Point valuations, what you can do with these miles, I would still say the American Airlines cards have the best value overall. The Southwest cards, probably the easiest to hit the welcome offer, the lowest spend, and the most points that you see on the surface. But again, based on the Semper Point valuation, the fact that you could transfer to Japan Airlines and the One World Alliance through American Airlines, I would say that their miles are a little bit more valuable than some of these others. So now for Delta Airlines.
The old religious people with military babies.
What's a military?
And for those of us without diamond medallion status or flying in first class, that's basically how we feel. Delta has a wide range of personal and business cards, all from American Express. There's 4 personal cards. I'm going to focus on 3 specifically: the Gold, the Platinum, and the Reserve. All 3 of these cards include free check bags for you plus your entire reservation, which can cover a lot of the annual fee on just about any of these cards based on how much you travel. So the economy card is the Delta Blue. Not going to focus on that one. First up, on the premium economy side is the Delta Gold. $150 annual fee, typically waived the first year with this card. Poor earning multipliers overall, as you'll see with any of these Delta cards. But if you spend 10 grand on this card in the first year, you do get a $200 airline credit, which is essentially a 2x back boost. There's also a $100 Delta Stays credit through the Delta ecosystem for hotels. If you couple this with the free check bags that you get with this card, essentially you're covering the annual fee and then some right there. The next card does hover with a business class card. I'm still classifying it as a premium economy card. The Delta Platinum, $350 annual fee. Don't get this confused with the American Express Platinum. This is the Delta version. Does not get you into Centurion lounges. Now, one of the biggest benefits of this card is the companion certificate that you get at the time of the renewal. So you don't get it the first year, but you will get it if you renew the card after the first year. Essentially, it's a BOGO certificate for anywhere in the US, Mexico, Hawaii, or the Caribbean. You still have to pay taxes and fees, but that's it. And clearly, this could be $500 plus in value. If you redeem any of your Delta miles, you do get a 15% discount on those miles if you hold the Gold, the Platinum, or the Reserve. There's a 2,500 MQD head start with this card, gets you halfway to silver status. You could stack this with the Business Platinum and get all the way to silver, or you could stack it with the Personal or Business Reserve card. There's an MQD boost, one MQD for every $20 spent, trying to really attract you to spend with these cards. And then there's a few different credits that come here. First, a $10 Resi credit monthly, a $10 rideshare credit that's good for Uber or Lyft, things like that. Both very easy to use. And there's also an elevated $150 Delta Stays credit for the Delta ecosystem to book hotels, and also a TSA PreCheck or global entry credit. So lots of different credits and benefits with the Platinum. Now on to the business class card from Delta, the Delta Reserve. This is Delta's premier card, similar to the AA Executive card. Comes with a bunch of different credits and benefits and travel protections. Still poor earning multipliers with this card, but a lot of different things that try to hook you to spend here. $650 annual fee. A lot of the perks like what I just mentioned with the Platinum. The rideshare credit is the same at $10 per month. The Resi credit is doubled at $20 per month. And also a $200 Delta Stays credit. And just note that you can stack some of these different Resi credits. So if you have a Platinum and a Reserve, a business or a personal, you can stack those together so you're getting 20, 30, 40 bucks a month for Resi and rideshare. Now, a huge perk here because of the partnership between American Express and Delta is you do get access to American Express's Centurion Lounge network with this card. And that includes Centurion lounges and escape lounges, just to name a few. Now, it's only good for the primary card holder. It's 50 bucks per guest if you want to take any guests. So good luck if you're traveling with a family of 4. A little bit cheaper if you're traveling with kids under the age of 18. And you also get access to Delta Sky Clubs, which for the most part are a step above Admirals Clubs. Now, starting in February of 2025, it's going to be limited to 15 visits per year, unless you're a baller and spend more than $75K on this card. But if you're going to do that, I would say shift that over to some other cards. Get plenty of other welcome offers. You won't regret spending there versus $75K on this card since it doesn't earn very well. So to wrap up here with Delta, I'd say the only reason that this Reserve card is worth it is for lounge access. That being if you don't have a card like the Amex Platinum. If you have the Amex Platinum, not the Delta Platinum, but the Amex Platinum, you're going to get access to all the lounges that you would get with this card. So it's not really worth it to have both of them. So last but not least, United Airlines.
This is taking a long time.
Honey, they're a commercial airline. I think they know what they're doing.
We'd now like to invite all foreign passengers who have not yet been called to ignore us and try to board anyway.
And I haven't flown United recently, but I'd imagine the experience and feeling is similar to that, unless you have one of these cards I'm about to talk about. Now, United's cards are all co-branded with Chase. They have 4 personal cards. The entry-level card, conveniently called the Gateway card. Now, for earning status, United is one of the few that actually rewards you for flights plus spend, or you can achieve it just through spend. And if you have Marriott Titanium status, you can status match over to United Silver. United's economy class card, the Explorer card, no annual fee the first year, $95 thereafter, free check bag for you plus a guest. That right there can cover the annual fee for this card. It comes with priority boarding. I'm not sure how this compares to the boarding position of the higher annual fee cards, but one of the biggest hooks here, 2 United Club passes every single year, including the first year. This in itself covers the annual fee in a huge perk. on a sub $100 annual fee card. Also coming with TSA PreCheck or a global entry credit here. Think of all the things that I just went through with this card. Definitely the most valuable sub $100 annual fee airline card. The Economy Plus card from United, the United Quest card, $250 annual fee. Also some good credits and benefits here. Free check bags for you and your party. A $125 United credit that's good for United tickets, seat upgrades, things like that. There's also 2 5,000-mile flight award upgrade certificates that come with this card after the anniversary. Priority boarding, a TSA PreCheck or global entry credit here as well. United's business class card, the United Club card. This is a Visa Infinite card. I've reviewed it before. A jam-packed, super valuable card here. This certainly competes with the likes of the AA Executive or the Delta Reserve. $550 annual fee, so slightly lower than those other 2 cards, and arguably more value. A lot of the perks that I just mentioned with the Quest card come with this one. You also get Platinum Elite from IHG, one step down from Diamond status, which is their top status. And you also get a $75 statement credit towards IHG here. More of those PQPs to elevate your status earning, TSA PreCheck or global entry credit, premier upgrades, even on award tickets, and then the main hook here, United Club access for the primary card holder, plus anybody on that reservation.
Boarding group 1.
So that was a ton of information, right? I firmly believe it's worth holding one or multiple of these cards if you're able to take advantage of the different credits and benefits. Southwest, definitely the most simplistic. The other 3 have their quirks, but they also have a lot of credits and benefits and lounge access as well. So which cards do you think have the most value? I'd say the United Explorer, more on the economy side, the Delta Reserve, more on the business class side. Either way, I hope you got a ton of value out of this content. Comment down below with any thoughts or questions that you have. Make sure that you're spending wisely, redeeming those points for incredible memories. We'll talk again soon. Until next time, cheers.